Hello, Foxy here, and today we're going to be doing a product review for the Tractiongrips Do-It-Yourself Universal Pistol Grip Making Kit. I hope that I can create a video that gives you an idea of the positives, the negatives, the general use of this item, the way I've experienced it since I've received it. So, what I received in the mail was a plastic zipped bag, which I shall show you right now. With a relatively large card of glossy backed adhesive grip material. This is how it comes from the factory. Now, my first task actually was to decide what shape I wanted for the grips of my Smith & Wesson shield. And I went through several designs, but I'll try to give you an idea. Of at least one that I made. This is one of such designs. And at first I cut a single piece of printer paper basically and formed it along the lines of my pistol, cutting out material as needed to form the lines I wanted. And the grips offered for this pistol, as well as the grips of other manufacturers, provided some designs, but when I formed them to the gun, they just didn't feel right. Just copying those other existing designs. It should be worth mentioning that I own a Smith & Wesson Shield 2.0, so I'm not sure how this applies to the 1.0, but I cannot imagine it would be terribly different. What I found was that for me, when I had grip material on the front of the grip, it just felt too big and awkward. Oh yeah, and this gun is also empty. And it's been safety checked. But it just felt too big and awkward, basically. It felt like it wasn't a good locked feeling. It felt like I just had wrapped a lot of tape around the gun. What I discovered was when I modified the grip into a non-wraparound panel and left the front of the grip alone, I had much more secure grip that felt natural and very locked in. It is true that the 2.0 has a more aggressive grip texture all around, and what I noticed was that this balance of an aggressive front texturing, which you can kind of make out, with a softer side texture, just felt perfect for me. I should also note that while a lot of grip tape companies ship a single grip that will wrap around the back strap, I found that the way that worked best, at least in my custom pattern, was to make two pieces for either side and just cut out a single strip that followed the path from the top near the beaver tail to the bottom of the grip near the magazine wall. On my gun, you may notice that it is actually a little bit off center. The challenge that I found was that flat tapes have a really difficult time negotiating the curves of these guns, or really any guns in general. Some manufacturers will ship an interlocking shape near here to accommodate it. Some avoid providing extra grip material at the back altogether. Here, the grip material is just inexpensive, so it's experimentation, and if it shifts in use, I just slap more on, basically. But in the time I've had these, since I added the tape, it is still good and has not come off. Oddly, it is the only part of my pattern that appears to have not shifted very much, this piece in the rear. I just wanted to add a note about that, as this is something that a lot of people are going to encounter as they try to make their own grips on their guns. So what I notice for the end results of my modification was that it added enough grip circumference that the already secure grip that I had before I installed the grips was still there, but it was now just comfortable to shoot. And I can imagine that if I wore these extensively in an inside the waistband holster, I would see added benefit of decreased wear against my clothes and much less irritation against my skin. Now, the manufacturer advises that this grip be heated up with a blow dryer on an empty gun to fully install the grips and get them to form an ideal bond with the gun. I have not as of yet done that, but it has been entirely usable. I just noticed that with dry fire repetitions and practice drawing the gun empty, that the grips on one side have slowly pulled down very slightly, and you can kind of make that out. I have trimmed them as needed, and the change is very minimal. I do intend on following the manufacturer's instructions and heating up the grips to install the grips as recommended, but for now I'm very happy with the results of these. For the price of $8, this was really a no-brainer modification for my gun. I'll probably order several more of these do-it-yourself kits to replace the grips as needed, but I doubt that I'll need them once I follow the blow dryer step as recommended by the manufacturer. And really the beauty of these grips is that you can try the pattern that I've used for my particular Smith & Wesson, or you could try a variety of different patterns that work for your particular grips or hand structure. And you can also restart multiple times, as these grips are so inexpensive as compared to custom fitting grips or grip sleeves, which I also purchased if these grips did not fully provide the grips I needed. I still have those, but I am completely satisfied with these and my purchase, as well as the overall package of the gun that I now carry. So this has been a product review for the Tractiongrips Do-It-Yourself Universal Pistol Grip Making Kit installed on my Smith & Wesson Shield 2.0. Please like and subscribe for more content. Also, consider following me on my other social media. As always, be good and kind to one another. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day. Ergo Foxy out.